Welcome to Z Explains BG. I am Z. We're playing a 7-point match on BackgammonHub.com. I've decided I've been playing too many 5-point matches since I made a horrible score-based pass yesterday on stream. So I feel like I should practice like slightly longer matches at least more often. Like it was a decision that you don't get in 5-point. You can watch it. It's still up there on YouTube. But I made a .6 blender. See if you can watch the video and find it. It was like totally a decision you don't get in a 5-point match, but you do get in a 7-point match. So it sort of scared me a little bit that I'm still capable of making such huge errors. So I think I should be playing more longer matches. And live matches tend to be longer, so. It's sort of good to practice, you know. Well, I got a decent positional edge here. It's race is I'm actually down in the race. I think I need a little bit more of a threat to cube this. Like maybe a bad number here. Really, I don't want to make the 2, I think. All right, so if he steps up at the 1, I got a little sort of more attack stuff, and the race is better now. And I've escaped this guy. So it's still maybe a little light, but it might be okay at the score. 7 away. I think he should be like a little aggressive, a little bit. Okay, so do I go after him now, or do I just sort of or duplicates 3s everywhere? All right, let's try this. I'm not sure about this. All right, it did walk. This board was so bad. I should say hi to my opponents, as is tradition. All right, this does not hit. I figured out. Despite all my blots, I assume he's playing safe here. Good. All right, I'm up a pip. Could split here, but I don't know. It's sort of big downside and not much upside, maybe. Well, no, it's sort of hard to see the downside. Unless he covers and then I can't do anything with the back checkers. Still not a ton of upside. I do cover at the 11 points. Could also split to the 18 maybe. All right, I'm gonna try this. Let's make it a little interesting. I don't know about this though. Like, okay, now his board's gonna get a little more threatening. Well, I don't love the plan because I'm down in the race, but maybe it's the best one I got. Yeah, okay. Do I just disengage now? Yeah, it doesn't really have any blot numbers, I think. Although, actually, no, 6-3 is okay. 5-3. 5-3 is kind of funny. Yeah, I don't know now. Okay, let's just go. Although, actually, maybe this is bad due to the fact that he owns the cube. It did have some hit numbers here, like 3-4, 1-1, 4-4. If I stay back. Right, what I was thinking with the cube was if you get into a race, the equity might swing back and forth a little slowly, and you might land on an efficient cube, as opposed to if the position is like, if it's like got some like crazy good hits, or I got some crazy good hits or something, the equity is going to swing more wildly, and so that's okay for me because I've already given away the cube. But if the equity is swinging wildly for him, he may not land on an efficient cube. So I think the fact that he owns the cube actually does argue for staying back there. Um, but still, yeah, this one might be wrong. But still, cubeless, I thought maybe going was better. Race was okay because I'm sort of more efficient than he was. Although he did do a good job of getting efficient. Maybe just rolled a bunch of aces or something. Ooh, speaking of aces, yeah, he's not winning here. At least cubeless. Yeah, I don't think he's winning here. All right, good enough. 3-3 or better. 4-2. Good. All right, so I'm up 2-zip. I don't know. 24-21 maybe. Kind of makes a 6-3, 5-4 good here, which are sort of bad numbers normally. After your opponent splits with an ace, say. Okay, now I don't know. I don't love overstacking the 8 points. I don't love splitting into this attack though either. I think the computer probably likes the 23 here. Seems to do that a lot where like it seems wrong to me. Here it's unclear to me, so maybe that's an indication this is right. Maybe not, I don't know. He has the 8 points stripped. Spare on the 8, if he had like a spare on the 8, making the 23 I think is a little more attractive. Because he can attack with that. He can attack with the spare. I don't know. Well, I could take this opportunity to split, I guess. Well, he's up on the bar. It worked. I like it. I can make the 4 also, but I like my 5 instead of my 4. I don't mind the checker out here because it's a good builder. I don't think I have anything here, especially up 2-zip. It doesn't look like a threatening enough position to me. With his decent anchor, I assume he's hitting here. This doesn't look like there's another productive play. Yeah. 13-9 seems better than 10-6. Although actually, I see what he's thinking. 10-6 duplicates aces, right? So there's no number that hits this except for like 1-1. Actually, I might choose to hit that instead of the guy on the ace. Oh, he hit twice. Yeah, that's weird. That seems like a weird play to me. So I should probably cube this because it's not clear it's a take. Yeah, looked like a bad blitzing looked like a bad game plan there, hitting off the low point, leaving a double shot. Not a lot of outboarded. So that was probably a big blunder. Yeah, so 10-6 or 13-9. Assuming I'm not missing anything. All right, what the hell? Let's play some backgammon. Oh, all sorts of plays here. I would end up doing this with 3 of them, I'm pretty sure. And then probably step up with the last one, although 13-10 is okay. All right, nothing wrong with this. Good build power without the risk of slotting. Yeah, this is nothing. This is not clear how to play this. 24 to 18, 10 to 9, duplicating 6. This is pretty exposed, you know. So let's see what he comes up with. I wouldn't know what to do. That's a toughie. Oh, clearing the 7 I don't like. Everything's sort of tough. Yeah, maybe that's the plan. 18 and 9, just try to kind of put the checkers where they belong. I mean, it's bad. It's a bad plan because it's too exposed. But everything is bad, you know? I guess another idea is 10 to 4, 24 to 23, like this. This is a little less exposed, maybe. Probably not getting this one right. Whew. You got the blot, so maybe I did this. Try something more positional than the last one's bad. Yeah, I don't know. I might be screwing this one up. Well, I can still use a doubled gammon. He's got the blot here. There might have been something more positionally sound there. Or maybe I should have looked at 13 to 7 squared, 22 to 16 squared. What if that was better? Well, we'll take a look at the computer analysis afterwards. That seemed like the toughest play of the match, though. From my point of view, anyways. All right, so race is bad. He dances here, though. He's got the blot on his ace. Doubled gammons are quite valuable. Okay, so here's a decision you don't get in a 5-point match. Right, like I'm up in the match so much that maybe I should be a little conservative, but I'm 4 away, right? So doubled gammons are like quite nice, and if he passes, I get to this awkward 3-away score. So I do have some good reason to cube at the score. All right, he's probably coming up to the 22, and then I got to go after him with 4s, I think. Can't do it, boss. Deuce? I'm not sure what my take point is on the recube. Sure it's elevated, but maybe not by a ton because I can still use all 4 points. Yeah, another thing. Like, okay, like I should know that. If like I played a ton of 7-point matches, I would know the take point on the recube. Yeah, I'm not sure what's more important: getting connected in the backfield or getting the other builder. I feel like I do want to hit a lot though. Hit him a lot off the 3-point here, for instance. So builder's sort of nice. All right, well, I'm duplicating my 2s a little by doing this. Could get good 5s. Somehow I want to play 11 to 5. Yeah, my brain. I know my gut says I should play 11 to 5. My brain says I should do this. Okay, this is good. Pretty productive ace in the backfield. I'm a little stuck back there, but it shouldn't be too bad. I think I'm supposed to do this and this. Diversifies my 4s because 4s don't do anything on the other side of the board. All right, 4s and 6s. There we go. 4s and 6s. Yeah, I don't really need to hit that, I guess. If backgammon is counted, I would definitely hit that. Maybe it'd still be okay to hit that. Ah, crap. Gotta wish you had another man on the roof now. Really, the gammon's, if I don't get hit, the gammon's pretty locked up, so hitting the fourth guy didn't seem that important. Yeah, what do I know though? I guess if I hit him, the one problem with my play, I think, is that it left two checkers on the same point. So that sort of limited my future flexibility and led to these blot numbers on 6-6. So another idea might have been 6-4. I'm sure everything's pretty close. It's just there might have been a slight technical issue with my plan there. Okay, so one idea is to rip a guy. That's a ton of shots. This is many fewer shots. All right, let's be careful here. Okay, so he's still not saving the gammon, I think. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 11, 12. Like I was never going to hit him there, but I think second best is to rip a guy, leaving 3 guys on the, not hits, but rip a checker, leaving 3 guys on the 2, and then he just sort of comes in. I said, thank you. Well, that's nice. We'll see what the computer says, though. I think I screwed up at least one decision from there. Yeah, I played into 3s. Yeah, so probably there's a couple of blunders there. Yeah, anyways, let's go to XG mode. I'm thinking a couple of checker play blunders. Oh, one doubling blunder, really? The 3-0 game isn't a cube? That surprised me. Oh, anyways, let's go through this. Okay, this 2-1 seems a little weird. Like, okay, so you don't mind making the 23 when you're like under attack, but in general you want to be split because the 23 is not a good anchor here with the 8-point made. Like these guys are still like pretty stuck, like arguably more stuck than if they're on the 24 because the 6s are blocked by the 8-point. You know. 6s and 4s are blocked. Only 5s are blocked when you're on the ace point. So it's a pretty stodgy position. Not saying it's never right, but to do this. But it's usually right to do this like when you're in some danger. But like you do this, you're not really in that much danger, right? I got a 1-point board. Not a ton of builders in the zone. Oh, maybe the doubling game 1 is gonna like. Did I miss a cube? Oh, making the 2's not too bad here. Yeah, I thought this would be a real error because you're giving up the awesome structure. I bet my 6-6 is wrong when I don't make the good structure. Okay, yeah. Here goes after the checker. Good 3 duplication, you got the stronger board, and you want to contain the back checker, so it makes sense. A lot of reasons to hit, I mean. Yeah, so I did like the cube. Knight 5-8-2. Okay. Yeah, it wants to just leave 1 blot on the board because I might be hitting next turn. Makes sense. Okay, it doesn't mind the crazy split here. So it didn't like it last turn, I assume. Okay, last turn it would be bad because it plays. It sort of plays okay on the home front, and there's no blots and white's board. Here, there's 2 blots and white's board, and if you don't split, it's a little more destructive on the home front. In fact, second best is this apparently. Okay, put stuff together. Oh, it doesn't like running here. I see. Okay, interesting. Yeah, I didn't think this would be I didn't think this would be a blunder. I mean, I knew it was a little suspicious because I'm down in the race a little bit, and I outboard him so tremendously that the contact favors me. The extra contact favors me. So it is a little suspicious to run. It's probably closer. No, I was going to say it's probably closer cubeless, but it's not. And then what about next turn? Okay, next turn I like sync. I guess because you're escaping the last guy. Although 13-4 again isn't too bad. Does win more gammons. And the race is a little different, I guess. I guess I picked up a little in the race. Anyways, and then I just win, I think. Okay, it does like 2-1 here. Fine. It's a little attractive because the missing 2s play productively 4-2. I guess the missing aces play okay here, but you're getting a little thin on the 3-point. I guess that could be a little bit of a problem. Obviously very close play, and he doesn't miss a cube. It'd be crazy to cube any of this stuff. Okay, hitting in the outfield and escaping a guy. Better than making the 2 where blitzing isn't a great game plan yet. I like it. Okay, once play bar 18. Okay, so I make sort of the same. I make sort of the same error as my opponent here, where I make the 23. I should be doing something more flexible. I mean, one problem with this is that the distribution of the outfield doesn't make any sense. So it does find the split. Well, it's not too dangerous. I can buy it. Okay, yeah, my first impulse was to pick up the blots. But then I was thinking, okay, with them up on the roof, it's sort of a decent time to split, right? Because he's got to use half his roll to enter, so he can't really attack on the home front without some crazy joker. And you don't mind having the 5-point slotted. Okay, so this is the 2-0 game. Oh, it doesn't like this. This looks really natural to me. Oh, 8-1. God damn it. I keep noticing this error where I should be hitting loose off the ace point and I miss it. I don't even consider it. I mean, I'm honestly not sure I would have done it here had I seen it. Because this, I mean, isn't this pretty good, right? Jumping out and playing 9-8. I mean, it doesn't put any pressure on him, and it leaves him a double shot at the outfield, so I guess it isn't great, So the computer finds this other plan where, okay, you want to keep him from jumping, you want to keep him from attacking you, and you have the stronger board, so it tries this blitzing approach. So there is a lot going for this play. I don't know. Yeah, this seemed bad. I get lucky though, and then it's too good. That's the blunder. That's the checker play blunder. Yeah, once it didn't occur to me at the time that I should maybe be playing on until I doubled, and I'm really hoping for a take. But I don't know. I mean, this is murky enough. The score's a little funny. You could sort of double this and hope for a take maybe. I don't know. Is this a slam dunk pass for people? I mean, pretty sure I would find the pass here, but not totally clear. Oh no, it's 2-0. I was thinking it was 3-0, but yeah, so the same stuff applies, I guess. Anyways. Ardia doesn't mind slotting here. Down in the race so much. You can play 6-4 if you want to enter low. Yes, plays good. He can also step up with the last three. So he makes the 10. He makes the 10 and then decides on the last one and puts another guy on the 10, which is okay. Good. Right, even though like it's safe to slot here, it's fine. Like getting hit's not a big deal. So you can slot here if you want. The reason why it's wrong is like you do this, you get great building power and great distribution anyways at like less risk of being hit. So normally, unless it's like super duper important to make the points, if you have a play that like gets you, pretty good building power that doesn't slot, it's normally not going to be right to slot. Yeah, this is, I don't know. I sort of regretted my play. It's not too bad though. The sort of the best blitz play, going after him on the deuce when he has the blot here, and I have the stronger board. It's sort of an okay plan, but the computer finds something nicely positional. It's not too much risk of being hit in the O field because he's got a hidden cover and he's still leaving 2 blots in the O field. And obviously you're making this great structure. So yeah, it sort of occurred to me after the play that I should have taken a good look at that. Like I looked at making the 7, but I looked at making it heavy with 3 checkers. Yeah, so you don't cube before the roll. That would be crazy. You are winning. And then what happens here? I should go is double big pass. Yeah, I mean, maybe given the score I'd find this pass, but it definitely wasn't obvious to me at the time. Let's look at what this is for money. Let me save this match so we don't have to re-evaluate. Control C, Control V to cut and paste, and then you can play with the position. Right, so this is the score. This is the score-based eval. It's a pass by 0.2. For money, is a pass by 1.15. Gotcha. Okay. Yeah, so what's going on here is the score effect, the four-way score effect. Right? The doubled gammons are quite valuable at 4-away. And if he passes, he saddles me with an awkward 3-away score. So those are all arguments for passing. The fact that he's down in the match, he gets really powerful recubes arguments for taking. So there's a bit of a push and pull. But here they balance out in favor of doubling. Just out of curiosity, what is the gammon price? What is the gammon price on a doubled cube at the score? I mean, I assume it's greater than money. Money is 0.5. So I assume it's in the 0.6, 0.7 range. Maybe more like 0.7. So 4-away, 7-away, cube on 2, gammon value. Okay, no, it's like 0.6 or something. Gotcha, yeah. So black is 0.6. That's this my cube. Okay, and not quite as valuable as I would think. Yeah, and then when you get up to like 4-way, 14-away, it's less than money. 4-way, 6-away gets higher, 4 higher. Okay, fine. Okay, let's go back to the match. Power through this thing, and maybe we'll play one more. I should be able to find that. Okay, good double. Yeah, I can spread things out a little more, but I make my nice 7 points. He comes in. I'm hoping to hit him with a 4, but I can't do it. Okay, I do get a lucky hit though. And then I'm just, oh yeah, my gut had the right idea here. 11-5. not leaving 3-5-1-5 in the outfield and maintaining pressure on this guy. Okay. 14-8, that takes the pressure off of this guy. I like the fact that I was getting 5s to hit here, though, on the dances, and 5s are like the biggest block number on the other side of the board. Also, I can maybe make the 8-point with the 3 if he anchors. Okay, I do get to go after him with 5s. Okay, 5-4. Yeah, I got to work on the backman for sure, rather than get another builder for the ace, because I'm pretty stuck back there. I don't know about this. 7-5, 7-4. Oh, I see. I mean, the computer might be wrong here, but I see what the computer's thinking. Right. It actually doesn't. I think you want the two guys here as opposed to the guy here and here, because once you spring a guy, you want the other guy in a good position to spring, and you're not getting many extra immediate jump numbers by being back here. Now, I guess you could roll a 1 and then get good 5s to run. But yeah, in general, you want both guys up top here, just so they're sort of both in the best position to spring. But what the computer was thinking was, well, that's true, but you also want great builders for the 1 point. So no, actually, this play gets nice builders for the 1 also. Sixes are duplicated though. Although fours are duplicated here though. Yeah, I don't know. It's on appeal, like sort of the normal thing. Anyways, I close out, get lucky. Yeah, I screwed this up a little bit. Okay, yeah, hitting's a little wrong, because with 4 guys on the roof, it's going to take these guys forever to come in, and you're gonna leave. He's going to get to stay up on the roof longer until you have more chances to leave a shot later. So this is a little wrong. If backgammon is counted, you would do this. But yeah, backgammons don't help me at the score any more than a gammon does. So I reasonably did this. But I let 2 guys on the same point, which cost me some flexibility later. So the computer does this, which I sort of regretted not doing. Sort of more flexible in the outfield. Sparing the 4 is sort of okay. And then yeah, like right away, like for instance, like right away, all my reasonable plays leave a blot on 6-6. Right, 6-6 blots here, 6-6 blots here, 6-6 blots here. Well, this is bad to go this deep. If I made the right play last turn, I do have safe plays on 5-4. If you can't see that, it might be good to. It might be helpful to like actually try to picture a play and then picture how 6-6 plays. There's at least one reasonable play. More than one. Anyways. Oh, then I do roll 6-6 right away. Yeah. I mean, luckily he misses, but then I leave a shot later on, and he hits me. But luckily I escape, minimize shots there, and then I don't hit him here. Yeah, this would be pretty bad, because he gets to dance a lot, and then you have a ton of blot numbers. Second best is this. He's got a ton of blot numbers, but he enters most of the time. In fact, 89% of the time he enters. All right, well, that was good. So my blunders is too good here, although I maintain this is a decent double in practice, because you might get a take. And then 6-1, I overlook hitting on the ace. 5-3, yeah, this is down to pip after the roll. The better board and wants to maintain the contact. I think I did actually consider this. Midpoint, I guess, isn't doing that much. Anyways, All right, let's go back to the match. Let's go back to the hub. See if we can get a quick match. Neil, I think I played this guy before. Let's try another 7. Okay, good. The match to my opponents. It's been a good match. The dance here, can I cube? That might be close. Okay, I can make the ace if I wanted. Works great on the dances because it's a pretty efficient cube. Obviously the structure is quite bad and it's quite shoddy. So I don't know, am I supposed to take a more of a slower approach? He gets to anchor, he gets to attack me though. I mean, let's try this and then cube the dances. I'm not sure about this, but sort of reasonable. Well, he has a very easy take here. Although I certainly could blow him away with some point dance sequence. Yeah, I'm not getting it. This isn't very efficient, but I think this might be good enough. Feel better about cubing if he had like a blot in his outfield. But it's pretty thin. Oh, hey, Paul. Right. Yeah, match score is so important. Oh, yeah, thanks. Yeah, I appreciate the kind words. Yeah, I always say when especially for cube actions, the match score is as important as the position is, like the position of the checkers. So it's always funny when someone analyzes a cube position, gives some analysis on it, and there's some lopsided score, and they don't mention the score. That's wrong. It's sort of wrong not to mention the score, right? Not to consider the score. Here, well, I'm up in the race, so I could consider running to the 13 point, just not give him any attack stuff. Still a fair bit of pressure on him. Well, I do make it hard for him to play if I do this. How does he play safely here without a great number? Huh. Hopefully this is somewhat close, because the arguments seem somewhat similar to me, like of similar persuasion. Okay, does get to play safely here. Well, I might be hitting him, so let's maintain some of the structure. Yeah, I might be hitting him. I think he should play 13 to 4. Might be a little easier to clean up after 15 to 6, but I don't like the distribution looks weird. All right, now I'm still up in the race. Not sure between going to the 9 points, going to the 13 point, or maybe clearing the 13. So sort of best race, I guess. It's similar plays last match on this video, where I have some question about whether to run the guys while I outboard the opponents. It's funny that the theme sort of came up again. Hopefully I navigated it okay this time. All right, so I'm up a pip still. He's a little bit more efficient than me because I have 2 guys on my ace. My position isn't too inefficient. This looks as good as anything. Do like putting a second guy on the 4. You should put 2 guys on the 5 probably. Put an extra guy on the 5 here. No. 1, 2, 3, 4. I don't want another guy on the 4, so I kind of like having both guys in range of the 4 here. Yeah, 6 to 5 would be okay here also. Good. Yeah, I don't think I want to get too thin on the 4 point. 5 to 3 is a play also. Okay, I don't. He's more efficient than me, but I'm so much in the pip count that he can't cube. Might be right to spread things out here as opposed to ripping a guy for his play. I mean, ugh. They're both bad. It's probably a decent roll, but because of 16 pips, the distribution looks bad. Yeah, now I'm probably a little more efficient than him, so I cannot cube. All right, so 22-21. I mean, it seems like a very easy take up a pip. Yeah, I guess he's slightly more efficient than me. So maybe the double's okay. Like, you'd rather have... I mean, I got 2 on my ace, so that's pretty bad. He's got 2 on his 2, which isn't so bad. Okay, I don't have anything. If he plays this reasonably. Ace? No. Okay, so I'm down. So I'm down 4 zip. So yeah, I should be quite aggressive with the cube, especially in gammonish positions. I don't know what I'm supposed to do here. Actually, I'm not supposed to run all the way. Not sure making the 2 versus splitting. Well, this should win more gammons. All right, I think this is good because it keeps the 8 point, and I want to provoke a little contact and get the backmen going, rather than make the 3. Although making the 3 probably does win some more gammons because it opens up a blitz. Oh, this is okay. I was thinking he's going to run, but alrighty, can arguably cube the dances here, I guess, at the score. Yeah, nothing else is that great. He's quite flexible on his side of the board, so. I do want to take away half his roll. Ugh, getting creamed. Yeah, this looks like a good play though if he plays 11 to 7. Good. All right, maybe it is time to do this now. Because he's got all these attackers in the zone and he doesn't have his 8 point. Yeah, this is not a cube at the score. Good. Yeah, I can run, just hope to get missed. I guess I could pick up 8 to 6 also. All right, so probably 7 to 13, although 13 to 9 has its attractions. There's another builders. The back checkers are connected now. A little bit of 5 duplication maybe. Doesn't overstack the mid also. Ugh. Hate it when they roll the number you dupe. Alright, I can't hit with this. Looks like I should. And then cube the dances. And let's see if he wants to take it this lopsided score in this gammonish position. It looks like some solid take for money, but yes, pass is reasonable at this score maybe. Oh, this is nice. So I should still be aggressive at the score, but a little less aggressive. Oh, I wouldn't do that. I might cube that. I might cube that other one. I guess it was just a misclick there. All right, a little more structure now. Bad roll here. I can probably cube him. This is a pretty decent roll. Well, let's see what it looks like. Yeah, I got a nice little prime forming. And it's 1 to 4 in a 7, 6 away, 3 away. So, I mean, it wouldn't be ridiculous to cube this for money, I guess. I mean, it'd be pretty big no double for money, I guess. But maybe at the score it's enough. Sort of guessing. All right, I don't know about making the 4, making the 8. This is pretty easy to improve if he doesn't hit, you know. Get a great 5 prime out of it. Here I already have a 5 prime, but it's a little hard to improve it. Also, there might be some hitting coming up. I guess maybe I want the stronger board. All right, it did kind of work. Obviously, yeah, I'm paying pretty big to the hits, though. That's the only downside. It's got a pretty good board. Like I'm glad I don't have the blood here now. Because I dance, and then this guy's going to have a target for a while. Yeah. Oh, I wouldn't do that. I would play 12 to 6, and then either 24 to 23, or more likely play inside. Well, let's see. Take point on the recubes like 10 or 11, I think. I say pessimistically. Ah. 11? I'm going to easily have it here. So this is no double. Because there's even after he gets this guy to the 8 point or something, I'm still like hitting him a fair amount. So you can argue as a take even there. This is some huge no double at the score. No redouble. If Cube was in the middle, it'd be okay. Look, direct shot. Don't forget to double, Alex. Don't forget to double. Well, let's try to get this right. Yeah, I do want to roll the prime forward. Sort of gives me the smoothest way to do it. I don't necessarily want to hit that guy, but I might do it. Like if I hit that guy, he could anchor, and that's worse than me closing out a single checker. On the other hand, I think closing out 2 checkers is going to be better for the win than closing out 1 checker. Because you close out 1 checker, your opponent can still win the race. Close out 2 checkers, you get hit a little more. Long term, but you lose fewer races. Oh, this is okay. 6-6 is safe. Checkers are all on different points, which is nice. Good. 1, 2. Probably this, although I'm in some danger of losing the race. So, is there anything else? 1. Ripping 3 is too shoddy, I think. There's no good rip 1 play, is there? Alright, just gonna do this. Hope he doesn't roll a big 6. Ah. Well, let's see. I'm leaving 2 extra shots, but the checker off is quite good when hit, because often it turns into like a close race. So it might be worth the 2 extra shots to rip the guy. Like the checker off is going to be worth the most when somehow it turns into a close race. And given that he's sort of crunched, I'm usually going to enter and then enter in a turn or 2. So I can kind of see how it would become a close-ish race after getting hits. So I think the checker off's worth a lot there. Well, I could still lose this. Not not anymore. He's got one too many checkers. Yeah, I think it seemed like a fairly easy match, so I'm expecting a somewhat low PR. Yeah, 2-7. Yeah, I'm happy with that. I feel like, honestly, I expected a little lower though, because it didn't seem like I had that many tough decisions. Right, like this is the run or not for the previous match where I like ran incorrectly. So I might have done that again this match. So we'll see. Oh yeah, it doesn't like attacking. Okay, so Z's on the bottom, Neil's on the top. Yeah, the PR did come down a little bit. Okay, so I just made a bunch of small errors. Okay, 5-3 is clear. 4-1. Okay, so yeah, so it does want to do more positional stuff. If I did something positional, I probably would have done this as opposed to this. Although actually, I guess this doesn't get hit there. Actually, if I took a good look at it, I might have did this, because part of the problem with this play is he's got good 6s, 1s, and 4s. You know, so leaving it alone, I give him like a ton of like decent numbers. Now it's still better than my play, which screws up my front position and hoping he dances. I was just enamored by the fact that it looks like a very efficient double if he dances here. In other words, he has sort of a close-ish take pass decision. It's probably double. It's probably big double close take. Close take because he has no bloss in his outfield. But I kind of knew it was wrong cubeless. So say he dances, I'm on roll. Okay, now it's double pass. Yeah, still pretty efficient though. It's not a huge pass. Yeah, boy, that extra guy in the zone is worth so much. Like, this is like barely a double. And this just one extra guy in the zone, very well placed guy, turns it into like a pretty solid pass, you know. So you really got to be cognizant of like how many. If you're offering like a blitzy double, you really got to be cognizant of like how much lumber you have in the area ready to attack them. Because just that one extra checker matters so much. I mean, there it mattered what, like 0.3, 0.4 or something. Sometimes it can be like more than that. Anyway, so I assume cubeless my play is pretty bad. Plus 0.18, plus 225. No, interestingly, the plays are closer cubeless, which I don't really get. It's a little bit closer cubeless. Like I thought the fact that I get like a pretty efficient double after the point dance sequences means that my play should be wrong by a lot cubeless, but like okay cubeful. So I'm not sure what's going on there. Computer might be getting confused. Okay, but yeah, he rolls like a pretty decent number. And yeah, he has some massive take here. Because he's not up on the bar yet. He's got no other bloss in his outfield. Only got 9 in the zone. But it's still like an okay double. Because I have some sequences that completely blow him away. Like even stuff that doesn't include doubles. Like a 2-1 dance is like some big pass with his other blot in the outfield. So because there were these reasonable sequences that give him like a huge pass, that means it's okay to double this, even though it's like some huge take. Right, like whether something is a double or not, ignoring score considerations, is completely dependent on two things. Only two things: how close it is to the take pass line, and how volatile it is. That's it. Right? So the fact that this is very far from the take pass line implies that it's not a double, but it's just volatile enough that, in other words, like I have some sequences that blow away. that it's okay to cube. Anyways, yeah, I wasn't totally sure making the 2 was wrong. But it still leaves a shot, and the backmen aren't going, and I don't get my 8 point. So this more positional thing. Okay, it does want to run here. Yeah, I knew this kind of one more, but oh, staying back. Staying back gets a little more contact with a stronger board. Maybe unlike last game, I have a weaker board here. Like I only have a 3-point board here, unlike the previous match. So I guess he gets more attack stuff this way than before. And then I guess he's going to like my run plays with the 6-5. Yeah, 6-5. Yeah, I likes running likes running here. The run plays are fairly close. Right, like if I want to escape everybody, I do this. But if I want to keep pressure on this guy, I do this. Okay, and then I run because I'm escaping the last guy. Nothing's close. I'm well up in the race. 3-2 is okay. 13-12, 8-5 would be okay. Get 2 crossovers. I don't know if it's worth studying this stuff. Everything's so close. So slightly better than this. My play gets a little thin on the 4. Yeah, these doubles seemed early. Oh no, it's a good double. It's a good double. Yeah, no, good find by the opponent here. Only down, actually down a pip, but being on roll and being a little bit more efficient than me by half a pip apparently. You can tell by looking at the EPC, he's down a pip, but he's only down half a pip in the effective pip count. So he's half a pip more efficient than I am. And then he just wins. Got a split here instead of making the 3. Okay, we're running or making the 7 is close. Excuse me. 1-1. Okay, and now I do get to blitz him. Again, I got a good Cuban on the dances, but he doesn't dance. He rolls a great number. Yeah, I button up on the 23 because he's got all this lumber in the zone ready to attack me. And he doesn't have his 8 points. Okay, runs. I hit him. I make a decent play with the 4, it looks like. Getting the builder at a time when he's up on the bar, and I do want to attack him. Maintaining connectivity between the back checkers is nice, so it's worth, computer's saying it's worth the risk, especially because 4-5 is duplicated. 3-5 is not. Okay, go after him, and then, yeah, close on the take pass, okay. Yeah, so apparently this is a big take for money. But down 0-4, he's got to be very careful about taking, so the computer wants to almost pass. He could roll out to be a pass. So opponent's pass is pretty reasonable. And it does not gonna like this cube, interestingly. Really? I'm down 1-4. I mean, he's up in the race by a lot. Maybe it's not that hard for him to convert this into a race. Oh, and he's got the decently strong board. But still, the double decision is very close, I think. Might roll out to be a double. All right, make a good play here. It's pretty close. Bird in the hand versus 2 in the bush. This is a fair number of shots. I think 6 shots out there. Very, very painful shots, I would say, because he gets to leap and hit at the same time, again with the strong board. Oh, it does want to leave it slotted. Yeah, I thought about this. Okay, so he misses, and I'm happy. Actually, I'm happy for 2. It's better build power for 2 reasons, actually. Right, I have the slot of the 9, And let's say he stays back on the 24. I have an extra clean builder for the 3 basically. Or if he steps up with a 2. Right, like say he rolls like a 2-3 and he steps up with the 2. Like not only do I have great 4s to make the 9, but I have kind of 4 builders. Maybe don't mind giving up the 7 or 8 point to attack him off the 3. Here, at most, is 3 builders. So yeah, the building power is sort of significantly better after this play. So the computer's saying it's worth a little bit of extra risk. Like obviously 2-6 is a big swing, but there's more risk where if he hits me, say he hits me with like a 1-2, I don't want this blot here. And he does eventually escape, and then yeah, he offers an early cube. Yeah, like you probably would double this for money, but the score might take points 10 or 11%. It's too far away from a cube. Too far away from the take pass line. Let's see. What is that? He has 11%. Yeah, so here you can actually, usually the live cube number doesn't tell you a lot. But here I think it tells the whole story. Because he doubles me, I'm always going to double him right back, and he's always going to have a take. So I think that means you just look at the live cube number for your actual take point. If he can pass sometimes, like say he rolls like a horrible number somehow, some like double shot leaving number, and he actually has a pass. Somehow he has like a pass. That means my take point would actually be a little higher than 11. Because the 11 assumes he's going to take the recube. All right, yes, okay, heads up play here. Yeah, you can just do this by roads, and then you're making like probably a tiny error. Because you want to be able to roll the prime forward smoothly. And so it's nice to have the next point in line slotted, and getting hit back isn't a big deal. If getting hit back was a little dangerous, maybe you wouldn't do this, or if you were kind of stuck in the backfield. Yeah, nothing doing. Yeah, you could screw around here maybe a little bit if you wanted. Probably you might screw around if gamma's counted. Yeah, this is okay. This is okay. Nothing. Oh, 4-4 is wrong. Holy mackerel! I saw this play. Wow. Jesus, that's a lot of blot numbers though, isn't it? 665544. 6564. Or maybe that's it. 54 is safe. So I guess it's 7 blot numbers. Somewhat discounted because he could enter with a 4-5, 4-6, 4-4. So call it 6 blot numbers. So I'm getting hit 6 blot numbers. I'm getting hit a third of that. I'm getting hit 2 out of 36 here. Plus probably a little bit of extra risk down the line, although that's not that clear. So say I get hit an extra 2 out of 36 or 3 out of 36. I don't always lose those. Like I'm doing okay sometimes. So I'm maybe losing like 1 out of 36 from the extra hits here. So that means I'm losing about an extra 3% from the hits. So the computer's saying you're losing like more than 3% extra races by doing this. So I can sort of buy. Yeah, actually I got some blot numbers here also. Yeah, I guess that's part of the issue. Right, like I counted sort of 6 blot numbers after discounting. But I guess I should count it more like 4 blot numbers because I have some blot numbers here also. So that probably swings it. So yeah, I guess if I went through it carefully, I could figure that out. By doing that sort of backgammon math. Hopefully that was somewhat followable. Okay, you think in terms of 36. Right, so for instance, here I have 3 blot numbers, right? 6, 6, 5, 5, 4, 4. I get hit about a third of those. So that's 1 out of 36, which is 2.7%, so call it 3%. The problem, but he enters a third of the time, roughly a third of the time. So you discount that by about a third. So in other words, here I would estimate that I'm getting hit on the next roll a little under 2% probably. So that math is like, even if you're not particularly mathematically inclined, you can learn to do that kind of stuff. It's not like that. It's not like that difficult, I think. This is like a little more complicated, but you're just looking for like rough. You're just looking for rough numbers usually. You don't need to get it exact to get like a decent handle on this stuff sometimes. So yeah. So I'm actually not that. I mean, I do it. I try to do it over the board sometimes. I wouldn't say I'm super. I wouldn't say I'm super good at it. Like Marty's, I play with like Marty Storer a lot. He's like really good at that stuff. He can calculate all sorts of stuff that I can't. So I just try to keep it pretty simple because I'm not that smart, not as smart as Marty. But yeah, it does. Like here, like if I went through that, and this play might have come into focus a little bit. Like I was like, oh, I can't leave this much risk, But going through the numbers, it's like not that much more risk, and it's pretty clear you lose fewer races this way versus this. Like it just rolls a 6-5 here, you're still winning, but like it's getting a little dicey, right? You're not winning huge, and 6-6 for him is great, Yeah, that's another thing. You're blocking the bigger doubles this way. But anyways, so I do leave a shot anyways, and it does like leaving the extra, well, it's close. I was going to say it does like leaving the extra 2 shots here, because the checker off is great when you get hit. It turns out it's right on the border. And I think that was pretty much the last decision of the game. Yeah, if you have one more guy off, it swings the decision. Like here it wants to play safe. Here it wants to rip the guy off. I guess the checker off is worth a little more here when hit. I guess because the race is closer when hit, I mean. All right, well that was good. Yeah, thanks for watching. Oh hey Alex, good to see you. Yeah, I'm actually signing off now, but if you like, you can watch the video. I decided after that huge blunder yesterday, I decided to play more like longer matches. Try to internalize more of these decisions that come up in longer matches than in 5-point matches. Like the big blunder yesterday was like that can't come up in a 5-point match. I'm like, all right, I'm gonna start playing 7s and 9s more. It's probably better for live play also. Anyways, well, I am signing off now though. But good seeing you. Hope you got something out of this, and I will see you next time.